What's the last book you read?
Principles by I can't ever get Ray Dalio.
What's it about?
So Ray Dalio he's a retired, I think at this point, hedge fund, commodities trader, gazillionaire, 100 wealthiest people, all this stuff. But the thing that he was writing about was personal and business principles. And one of the things that I found really unique is he took his business principles and he codified them in algorithms that he then applied to the computer systems that would affect the trades. And so he effectively created an environment in his company where even if he wasn't there to apply his principles, the systems around them applied those principles because they took the time, both, first of all, to define them and then to codify them. And as a leader, for me, the thing I take out of that is I took a pause and I went, how have I actually defined my principles as a leader, and what does that look like? And I think that is a useful exercise for anybody in any industry at any point in their life. Just take a minute and go, who am I? What are my values? And in taking the time to explore that, you come to clarity, or at least more clarity than you had. So that's one of the things I really enjoyed about that book.
Does it take you a while to finish these books, because I feel like you think so deeply about what you're reading?
Yeah. It takes me a while to read them because I get distracted. I think it's more that. No, I do. And I'm not really a business book person. Like I was doing a town hall, and somebody said, "What's your favorite book in a town hall?" You don't usually get personal questions there, but I'm happy to answer. And for me, it's 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. It was written in Spanish. I don't speak. I mean, un poquito, but it's such a beautiful book about the evolution of knowledge and the evolution of society, and it's written in a really sort of fantastical way. It's a gorgeous book, one of my favorites ever, and it's so different than Dalio's principles. Yeah. But I think you can just you can gather things from everywhere. Yeah. I was talking to my daughter when she was a freshman in high school, and she was taking a test on a book on the Scarlet Letter, and she was struggling because there were jumps being made in the questions that presumed levels of knowledge about other literature. I said, "Don't stress it. But life is an accumulation of this knowledge." And she came back and she was like, I was listening to a Taylor Swift song and she mentioned the letter on somebody's chest or whatever. Yeah, and she's like, now she's making that association, and she'll read another book and she'll have that association. And then you pick up. So I just think, when you talk about going deep into these books, it is the application of a life's worth of the accumulation of concepts and sort of refining them. And so I love the intellectual exercise. It's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Well, I love what you said about principles of, do that, know for yourself. Like, what's the goals? What are the structures? How would you make decisions? So often when we come into organizations, we ask, well, what's the roadmap? What's the plan for this year? And that's a missing element. Well, if you don't know what good looks like or what you're going after, that's where you start, is let's paint that picture, that roadmap. Where are we going? So I love that. I'll have to add that to the list.
Huge gift for me coming into Northrop Grumman. I'd been there for maybe 45 days, and they said, "Hey, we need your 5-year strategy." And I was like, okay. I'm going to ramp up that curiosity. I'm going to ramp up that understanding, and then we're going to build that. And we were fortunate in that it went well, but the act of expectation around having a roadmap really forced that, and that has been a part of every meeting since. It was our 25 strategy. It remains our 26 strategy, so it's held water. I totally agree with you. That can be a missing element, and it should be a foundational element.
Yeah.
Right. So
and that becomes the North Star. That's great.